Hello everyone, my name is Lachlan. I'm sure a lot of you know me, but I realized that it's been about a month now since we've all been back from our study abroad trip to Japan, and I realized that a lot of you had asked me about, or a lot, maybe one or two, had asked me about, Japanese authors and what I had read before going to Japan. So I thought I would make this vlog about, the books that I read before, the books that I have yet to read but I'm super interested, and then just those that I think are super important to read. So first, I've got like two categories-ish. Historical books about Japan, folklore myths, and then just general fiction that I think is super good, super important to read, concerning, Japanese society. Some of these books tell you or give you hints, about how people live in Japan. So the first section, historical Japan, I've got 3 books to show you. The first is, now I have not read all of these yet. I've read some of the stories online already, but, never the full things yet. So first we have Japanese Legends and Folklore. This is published by Tuttle, which also published the next one that I'm going to show you. They do a lot of, historical Japanese tales and stuff. So this is one of them. This is edited by A.B. Mitford. I've heard this is really good. A friend of mine gifted me this when she figured out I was going to Japan. So that's really cool. It has 30 stories in that one. And then we have The Tale of Genji. This is a classic. This might have been the earliest, novel ever published in Japan. Produced, spread around in Japan. And this is by Lady Murasaki Shikibu. And that's The Tale of Genji. Also published by Tuttle. Really good, cheap way to get, Japanese history. And then this one's so beautiful. I love this one. Japanese Tales, but this is part of a special collection of folklore and myths from different societies. This is published by Pantheon Books. So there's Nordic ones, super cool collection, and they're all really pretty put together on the shelf. So easy to spot in a bookstore too. So those are the 3 that I have for history. Now, some of these, I don't have all of the ones that I'd like to talk about in person right now, which is kind of unfortunate, but I can still tell you about them. So the ones that I have read, and I've enjoyed all of these, some more than others, but a classic, I'm sure you guys know who this is, Sayaka Murata, one of the queens of weird stories. She also wrote Convenience Store Woman, which was also really good. This is Earthlings. So Convenience Store Woman was a little odd, oh, okay, it could happen. This is funky. If you like weird books, Earthlings, all I'll say about it is it's basically about a girl and one of her relatives, have this childhood chunk of the book, and then years later when they're both adults, they kind of rekindle that relationship. But it's still really weird. So if you like weird stuff, Sayaka Murata is the way to go. And another author like her is Yukiko Motoya, who wrote The Lonesome Bodybuilder. First of all, look at that cover. Oh my gosh, beautiful. I'm such a cover person. But this is a collection of probably 5 or 6 stories, all really odd. There's one about a female bodybuilder. That's not odd, but there's one about a boy seeing people fly away with umbrellas. There's one about a husband whose facial features move around when his wife is looking at him too hard. It's really odd, but it's also really cool. So this one's fun. Definitely read that if you're also a fan of Sayaka Murata. weird literature. Japanese authors are one of the best at weird literature. This was a more like a cute, I don't know, not super like. This one didn't stick with me for a while. This is called The Cat Who Saved Books. This is by Sasuke Natsukawa. Look at the cover. That's why I bought it, if I'm going to be entirely honest. Beautiful cover. I really enjoyed his writing. It's just that, the book itself, happy ending, kind of, there's not much at stake in this book. So it's a good, cute, little fast read if you're looking for something not so serious between heavy stuff. Or not so weird. It is kind of weird, actually. There's talking cats and, like, passages opening up funky places they shouldn't be. So it's kind of weird. So other things that I have read that I do not have with me. Osamu Dazai is No Longer Human. I was actually reading this while I was in Japan. A few of my group mates commented on it and was like, yeah, that's rough. So that one was really good. I know Dazai has at least 3 other books, so I'm definitely going to get to those. Hiromi Kawakami's Strange Weather in Tokyo. That one was really good. That's about a woman who rekindles her relationship. Not rekindles, I guess. Finds a new relationship with one of her old teachers. Kind of sad, but it's a really good read. I suggest it. John Hershey's Hiroshima. I recommended this one to a few of my group mates while we were in the Hiroshima Peace Memorial Museum, because I saw it in the gift shop. So hopefully, if any of you are reading that, hopefully you're enjoying it so far. It's really, really good, really impactful. And then I already talked about Convenience Store Woman by Sayaka Murata. And then, fun one. I wish I had this cover here. It's so funny. It's Kappa by Ryunosuke Akutagawa. That one, it's maybe 100 pages, but it's this little story about, like, the Kappa from the, like, folklore and myths from Japan. It's really funny. I don't know. Nothing at stake there, but I definitely recommend it. And then some other ones whose books I have here that I have not read. So Mieko Kawakami, one of the leaders in Japanese literature right now. I have read Ms. Ice Sandwich. I have not read Heaven, and I don't own it yet. But here is Breasts and Eggs by her, and then All the Lovers in the Night. These both have really good ratings on Goodreads, a reading platform. So I definitely recommend these. Plus, it's Mieko Kawakami. You can't go wrong. Can't go wrong. Another one that I'm really excited for. This has won so many awards. This is Scattered All Over the Earth by Yoko Tawada. This is a dystopian fiction novel about Japan literally disappearing off the earth. And it's remembered as, like, the land of sushi. So I'm really excited to read this one. Also, the covers, again, beautiful. I love me a good cover. And then a whole chunk. If you didn't have this author on here, what are you doing? I'm just going to hold up the stack because there's quite a few. So these are the Haruki Murakami books that I have not read that I own. So in here is, oh my gosh, as I almost dropped the stack. Colorless Tsukuri Tazaki, which is really cool. Oh, and his Years of Pilgrimage. So this one's really cool. If we open it up, look at the cover. Oh, awesome. So there's one, and then we have Men Without Women, which is a bunch of stories about, oh, my pile is getting in the way, which is a bunch of stories about men without women. So that one's really good. Then we have Kafka on the Shore, which I need to read immediately. This is one of his most famous books. And then IQ84, which is a chunker of a book. Like, I'm a little scared of this one, but it's also supposed to be really, really good. And then the ones that I have read are Wind Up Bird Chronicle, Norwegian Wood, and then a really, really good nonfiction one called Underground, which is about Aum Shinrikyo and the Tokyo Gas Attack in the subways. So those are all really good. If you haven't read Murakami yet, please do. He's one of the stamps of Japanese literature. And then here's one that I recently wrote a blog about for the OSU, Ohio State University Japan site. So this is volume 1 of Barefoot Gen. Now there are 10 volumes of this. My professor urged me to get the first one and read it and saw what I thought. It was really, really good. Absolutely heartbreaking. This is by Keiji Nakazawa, and he really, really knows how to, make you love the characters, and you know it's coming, but your heart still gets absolutely shattered when it happens. So this is Barefoot Gen. I really suggest that you check this out if you're interested in it. It is a manga, but in my opinion, that makes it all the more impactful because you're seeing it happen. You don't need to visualize, it's happening right as you're reading it. So those are a whole bunch of my recommendations. It would be really, really cool if you guys were into reading and you took some of them. I hope you enjoy them. Let me know what you think if you do end up reading any of them. And I hope everybody has a wonderful day.